All right, folks. Welcome back to another edition. Rob, we are back after a little bit of a hiatus, but we are finally back. It's good to be back. How we doing?
Good. Well, you're back better than ever, though.
I am back better than ever. We're back better than ever with an addition to the family.
Oh, yeah. Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you. Charlie, he's a unit. It was a surprise. So, to finally get a son it's been insane. It's just a crazy feeling that, again, I'm sure Mary Kate, my wife, had that feeling when Lily came out. It's just different, man. But yeah, everything's been great. A little bit of chaos here the last couple of weeks, and that's kind of why we've been away. But all is good. Lily's been a great big sister.
Good.
Teddy turned 6 today, so there's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of moving parts going on right now.
A lot of moving parts. How you been?
Good. Getting back out, swung a little bit. Watched a lot of golf in the last 2 weeks since we last talked and did this. So was hurt a lot by Spieth, but it also gave me a lot of confidence going into the Masters. So, but yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I actually overheard you about 5 minutes ago say you went to the gym this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Have you been
back at the gym trying to do a little stretching, get the back going? Did like 50 swings the other day, limited myself, so getting ready to go.
Are you pumping iron or are you just doing cardio?
Stretching, pumping iron, getting that. I want that long drive competition back,
Oh yeah. Do you wear a cutoff? Do you wear a cutoff to the gym?
No, I'm a big switch. I'm a big layer guy. I always thought about
wearing a garbage bag underneath your sweater.
Shit, man, I had to do that in St. Mary's when we had to cut weight for not to be a striper for the line for football.
Never had that problem. Were you a
big unit here?
Were you a
double striper? Double striper up until 7th grade, and then got to cut weight to be a defensive end a little bit. But yeah, it was saunas and garbage bags for old St. Mary's Star Seat. But no, as far as gym with the layers, I don't know, when we're at Eastern, right? You feel sick, you get a cold going, you put on a sweatshirt or two and you go to the rec and you get on the treadmill and start running and sweat shit out. So that's how it's always been.
Yeah. I mean, it works. So
yeah,
that's good. Let's talk golf, Rob. Yeah. Obviously, there's been multiple tournaments since our last episode, but most recent was the Valspar. And it was a good ending. We had Taylor Moore, first time PGA Tour winner, but your guy Spieth, more importantly, I mean, comes out of the gate on Sunday, Eagles the first, it looks like he might run away with it. And then, it's this is the same Spieth we've been seeing for the last year, Rob. What is going on?
Well, let's just calm down a little bit. We don't want him winning right before the Masters anyways. We got, he just wants to get that, muscle memory, the nerves locked in, the pressure. So I take it as a win. It's his best finish yet so far this season. So, but yeah, 16 was rough. I couldn't believe that tee shot on Sunday. And then 17 when he put it, 8 feet away and just left that putt short for the birdie. That was crazy. And then, at that point on 18 green that he missed that putt, that's Spieth for you, but it really didn't mean anything to him, I don't think, I guess.
No, I was surprised at the putt on 17. I don't think he left it short. He didn't even, that thing was like a cup outside right.
No, I think he didn't hit enough speed because you could see a dive to the right. So he didn't hit it hard enough, basically.
All right. I mean,
but that was a beautiful iron shot. And I'm like, oh yes, we're going to go to a playoff. And then Shank, man, I felt terrible for Shank on 18. That's our reaction, right? When we walk up to a ball, hands on the knees, just fucking, man, it sucked. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, literally. I mean, the worst lie imaginable. He actually hit a pretty good shot left-handed out of there.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Because he kept on saying, I don't even think I could get it to the fairway. And he freaking nailed it past the fairway, through the fairway, I should say.
Spieth's putting looked a little bit better, but you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. I mean, for this weekend, he was pretty decent. I mean, 16 was terrible. That was a 3-wood. That was, but I don't know. I take it as a good sign leading up to the Masters, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That is a good thing to take away. Another great tournament. The Masters, Rob, 16 or 15 days away. So
yeah, something like that.
Crazy. Also CGT, we're like, maybe 3 weeks out, something like that.
Yeah. What, April 22nd is?
April 15th is the Southside Tour.
Yep, right.
22nd, North and West, they kick off. But yeah, I mean, literally, golf season is knocking right around the corner. I haven't swung a club in probably a month, if longer. Last time was at the old Sweet Spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to get back out there this week, pending, the dad duties. But
I mean, not to cut you off, but those TA3 wedges, man, holy shit! Like the mount. I mean, it was on a simulator, but taking the cover off the ball, freaking just the zip on it was awesome. They felt great.
How's your back been feeling since?
Yeah. So I did, like I said, I did 50 swings. I didn't stay long. I just got in there, did some like 50 swings, made my limit, and then walked out. And I was the next morning getting out of bed. I'm like, oh God, is it going to be terrible? But no, it was good. It's all good. Went to see her today. She's like happy with everything. So I'm still waiting for the weather to get, above 50 or so, closer to 60 when we start playing outside. But
right.
I think I'm on the right path.
So you got the new sub 70 TA3 wedges.
Yep.
How long did you have your previous wedges for?
I looked at my order history. I think I had them for 2 years.
2 years. Okay. I mean, wedges you kind of swap out for more frequently than other clubs, but it's 2 years.
20
still a little crazy.
Yeah, December of 2020. I looked at it.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna not tinker this year, or do you?
Yeah, I'm done. No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. There's nothing else to get. I mean, the new putter, the wedges. That's all I wanted.
Okay. So you're gonna get dialed in then?
Yes, I'm gonna get dialed in.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. Speaking of other CD2 news, Rob, we have the 2-man best ball tournaments. That page is now live on our website.
Yep.
As well as the new membership offering, the Rendezvous,
right,
which is like a VIP section for CD2 members. It's for the more avid CD2 member that's looking for a little bit more. Both of those are live. Guys will be getting more info on that via email probably tonight or tomorrow. But you could check out those pages. Obviously, if you're a member, the Rendezvous is right inside the member login. The 2-man best ball page is up on the public nav, so you could check out those dates. Registration opens up for the first tournament, Randall Oaks, in about a week or so. So we're looking forward to those. Registration's been going well. A lot of good numbers, especially out of the North and the West.
Yep.
So that's good to see.
A lot of new guys, was this exciting? Yeah,
it kind of tells us that the golf show, the Google ads is paying off. So the North and West, I'm super excited to see. Those are steadily growing. So all in all, everything is good on the CDT side. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we are kicking off here shortly. Going back to the PGA Tour and actually specifically the Live Golf Tour, Rob. The story is that there's a lot of buyer's remorse on the Live side of guys potentially maybe wanting to come back because now there was a clause in their schedule that not a lot of guys knew about. Mm-hmm. It's saying, basically Live has the right to change from a 10 event schedule to a 14 event schedule and so forth and so on. So now these guys who thought they were playing 10 events are now playing 14 events.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff because there was like they're all pushing everything up by a year. I was reading, right? So like there was supposed to be another 10 events for this year, their contracts, and then next year was supposed to be 14 events, right? And then like that whole traveling allowance is crazy that they were talking about that the team money doesn't go back to the people, it goes back to your franchise.
Yeah,
to the players. It's just all crazy,
right? The Saudi backing, I believe those owners have kind of just like stepped away they're not
turned into an actual business.
Yeah, they're not as involved. Yeah, there's just a lot of things changing. But basically what comes from that is a lot of people are talking about, guys potentially coming back. Now, if that happens, which I don't know if it will happen, I could see it happening. But who's a guy that you think comes back first from Live?
I imagine it had to be Reed, especially after him trying to apply for this weekend's match play.
Yeah. So I was gonna say Brooks.
You think Brooks would come back?
Yeah. I think he misses it probably the most. Based on, the full swing. But yeah, I could see. Well, here's the thing: is like, who do you want to come back, and then who do you think is going to come back? I would love for like DJ, Cam, Joaquin, and that's about it. I could
do without Sergio or Reed or any of those. Lee Westwood's done. I mean, he's been like taking it on the chin on Twitter. It's been crazy.
That's your guy, though.
I know, but dude, like the whole golf Twitter this weekend after the event or through the whole event, and like how they're comparing like what the top guys are their rounds wise, and like what Lee Westwood's only broke 70 like once or something like that, and it's just like it's insane, like what they paid for and what they're, I didn't watch a minute of it this past weekend. All I watched was Lee ridiculous putt that he looked like he anchored his putter anyways to himself to make it to win the playoff, so, but I don't know. It'll be very interesting for the Masters, obviously because did you see Bubba's the question he was asked about the dinner?
No.
So like, it was his press conference prior to the event this past weekend, and someone asked him, basically I'm paraphrasing, but asking about, what does he think about, Scotty's dinner selection and stuff like that. And he basically broke down and talked to saying like how he still talks to some of these guys, he, texts them and, they're still good friends and everything like that. And, how he hasn't seen Ted for a long time. So he's excited to see Ted and, just playing it off like they're all still pretty buddy. But the crazy part is he said that he eats like 2 burritos prior to the dinner on Masters Week because he's a very picky eater. He's got like a palate of a kid, like a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like any of the food ever that is served. So he was excited for the sliders, though, he said. So it was just kind of like interesting just to see that play where it's like, how are those guys going to interact, right? Are they going to be what Bubba says, or is it just going to, what's the seat? Where does everybody sit? How are they going to be on the driving range? I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Well, I did see that little snippet about like how I think it was Adam Scott on Foreplay, basically talking about how there's not necessarily seating arrangements, but there is like, basically it's the past winner at the end of the table and then Jack and Tiger on either side. And then, guys who've won in the past try to sit like in the same seat every year. So I'm assuming that it would be interesting if like Bubba's seat was just like gone when he walked in and somebody else was sitting
with
there.
Reeds.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I hope it gets chirpy, to be honest. I would love literally nothing more than like a Cam Smith Rory showdown or like a Spieth, DJ or, something like that. Like, I hope it ends up writing itself to where it's kind of like a PGA Tour versus Live ending. That would be awesome. I'm sure the viewership would be insane. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Masters, greatest tournament of the year, right around the corner. I mean, literally.
Are you doing your usual Masters deal with the new kid, or no? You gonna skip this year?
Well, I gotta work, so
that's right. You got
yeah. So I mean, the bets will still be placed. Lots and lots of bets. Yeah, but the Masters party will most likely not happen.
Okay.
And then I'll basically go into work early so that I could watch the end of Masters coverage, so I don't miss it.
Smart man.
Yeah. What do you got planned for the Masters? Anything?
No, nothing. Probably whistle Friday afternoon to watch the coverage like years past. But see how the weather is. Plus, it's Easter weekend, so it'll be. I told Katie that. Yeah, I told Katie I didn't want to go anywhere, and if people want to come here, family wise, they can. But I will be out in the garage with the 2 TVs on. Just leave me alone.
That's right.
That's the plan.
That's right. I love it. So this week, Rob, we got the WGC Match play, and we have T's picks. Is there anybody, other than T's picks that you like to win it?
God damn, I probably Scotty, man. He looked great. Spieth. I want to say Spieth too, but he's gonna. I was filling out a bracket yesterday just for shits and giggles to see, and if it played out like Homa would play Spieth right to advance, that'd be pretty sick.
That would be pretty sick. I don't know what Scotty's historic match play record is. I'm assuming it's.
Well, you think he won last year? He won it last year. He demolished Rahm at Ryder Cup. So
true.
I mean, he went back to back on Phoenix Open. Why can't he go back to back on this?
Right. I do actually like Spieth's odds for this. Obviously, him being a pretty good match play player, but we're gonna jump right into T's picks. His long shot, Connors 80-1. Our guy Thigala 65-1. Kim 45-1. Hovland 25-1. His favorite Hatton 25-1. Hatton has actually been playing really good golf lately. I seen a stat on him in terms of statistics, like the only person in the top 10 and everything for the year is Hatton. So yeah, he's been playing some pretty good golf. So looking forward to that. I always like the. Go ahead.
I had Thigala going a long way in the bracket too.
Yeah, I mean, those are very good odds as well. I mean, the WGC has always been it's cool because it's basically our version of March Madness, right? So
yeah, right.
It's just cool to see. It's nice to have a different format mixed into the year, and then basically we come out of that and we roll right into the Masters. So it's
nice sad though. It's the last one though.
Yeah, which is kind of strange to be honest, because that it's kind of like the PGA Tour's bread and butter, right? At least back in the day, like when Tiger was, winning all these match play events. I don't know why they're doing away with it, to be honest.
I mean, it just has to do some with designated events and the schedule and everything.
Well, yeah, it for sure does. But we're going to jump right into the top 3, Rob. Are you ready for the top 3?
Yeah, so I had this top 3 like a couple of weeks ago when we were supposed to get on. And the reason why I was thinking about it is because how they kept on talking about, 17 at the Players at TBC. So I guess my question to you is, what is your top 3 holes on the PGA Tour?
In my 3 hole, I'm going to go number 7 at Pebble. Little downhill, short par 3, obviously iconic.
Yep.
Number 2, I'm going to go number 10, Riviera, short par 4.
Oh, there you go. That was in my head. Yep.
Number 1, I'm going to go number 12 at Augusta. Old Golden Bell par 3 along race.
Okay.
How about you?
Oh man, I went all par 3s. So obviously I've never played it. Love to play it. 17 on Sawgrass just to see how that ended up. 16 at Scottsdale, just because of the stadium. It had to be crazy just to do that. And then my 1 would be number 12 at Augusta as well.
Really?
I always enjoyed watching that hole. Yeah, I think it's great without, not knowing the wind, especially like when Tiger won in 2019 with, everybody else fucking out because I didn't know what was going on. But, a
lot of drama at that hole.
Yeah, it's great. Makes me excited for 2-3 weeks from now.
Absolutely. Even just that whole Amen corner is I think where that tournament is won or lost. There's just a ton of drama, like you said, a lot of prior, knowledge, wind direction. Just watching guys dump it into the creek is just like, it's.
If you're referring to Spieth, I'd like to move on. All right.
No, I wasn't, but we could rewind.
13T looks sick too, man. 13T now? Holy crap.
What year was
that? What do you think about it?
What year was that? Speaking of Spieth, what year was that when he had his meltdown? Was that like 17, 16?
It'd be like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
Because he was going back to back. And that's, because he won in 15, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting when they're talking about Rory this week playing Augusta with the new equipment and on 13.
Yeah, what's up with him, man? I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, like the guy's he bothers me more and more. Like, especially what was that after the what was before the Valspar? Was it the player? Yeah. So basically,
it was the players.
He just threw TaylorMade under the bus. Said, he wish he had his old driver and basically put it on his equipment. Like, see, I don't like that. I don't like when just say you played like shit, move on. Like, it's not
the operator, not the equipment.
It's not the Indian, or it's not the arrow, it's the Indian. So, I don't know. I didn't like that.
I was reading he shortened his driver. That's what he did.
So then, did he like post players or prior players?
No, for this past week at Augusta, when he went to practice, he shortened his driver, had the Stealth 2 head on there, and was absolutely roping them.
So I heard he has made a drastic change to his equipment, and it's not the driver.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what he's going to be doing, if he has new irons or something. But I was reading that, and that's supposedly in the bag for this upcoming week. But yeah, I don't know what's been going on with that guy, but the whole, blaming the equipment and then basically, throwing TaylorMade under the bus that's no bueno.
Yeah.
So anyways, we got a lot cooking again, as always. Registration, as we mentioned, is filling up. Get in there, register if you haven't already. Check out the 2-Man Best Ball page, the Rendezvous page. Feel free to email us if you got any questions. But other than that, Rob, we'll see you in the fairway.
See you in the fairway, Tom.
See you, buddy.